So what if I told you that while most agency owners are fighting a losing battle against AI and email filters, a small group of agency owners are landing dream clients without sending a single cold email? I wrote a book on this approach, but got distracted and kind of forgot about it over the last couple of years. So if you don't know me, I'm Dan Englander. I'm CEO and founder of Sales Schema. Since 2014, I have worked with hundreds of agency owners and B2B service companies to help them make their organization's sales processes more repeatable by building strategic relationships and implementing outreach campaigns that leverage trust. I also host the Digital Agency Growth Podcast every single week. So let me take you through an interesting realization that I had recently. I kind of found myself rediscovering a book like we often do, but it was a book that I wrote myself. It's not that I forgot about relationship sales at scale, it's that I got distracted from it. You see, last year we pivoted our company Sales Schema from a done-for-you lead generation company to a training and coaching model. We did this because after working with hundreds of organizations, we realized something important, and that's that agencies serious about growth, acquisition, or sustainability must prioritize owning their revenue generation system as opposed to renting it out. So basically, we shifted from giving agencies fish to teaching them how to fish. And we started helping teams build these prospecting systems in-house and ramp up to getting qualified appointments consistently. But then something changed. Gradually, then suddenly, as Hemingway would put it. Email service providers like Google and Microsoft started implementing large language models and AI into their systems. And what this did was it basically triggered a new cat and mouse game between salespeople and email service providers. Basically, outbound became a lot more technical and complex. To do it well, it now requires setting up dozens of email domains, warming them up properly, sifting through Slack communities to learn the latest deliverability tactics, constantly testing new platforms and tools. And all of that has to happen, and all of that learning has to be done before you can even get to the fun stuff like copywriting and testing things. So, is this an outbound is dead screed like we had to put up with however many months ago when some of these changes started happening? No, I hate it when consultants and other gurus say X is dead. Whenever somebody says X is dead, there's a really good shot that they are selling the thing that is competing with X. The fact is, we still love outbound, we still love cold outbound, and we are working with clients to implement it typically later in the process. But it definitely got harder. And it's especially hard if you are a busy agency owner that is new to this skill set and you're juggling multiple priorities like clients and ops and so on. Here's the other thing, is that these changes with outbound are simply a microcosm that's downstream of a much bigger and broader challenge. Many have dubbed this the trust recession. You could broad frame this to institutions and politics and government and all these other things. But within the B2B space, sales cycles are getting longer and budgets are getting tighter. Trust is at an all-time low. And AI, while it gives us all more leverage, it also brings a ton of noise, competition, and distraction. When everybody has this robot-empowered megaphone and everyone's message is perfectly timed and tailored, then no one's is. So with all of this noise and all of this distraction and all the things that you can do, it becomes more important than ever to isolate that 80-20. And by that I mean the Pareto principle, the idea that 80% of your outputs come from 20% of your inputs. And for most agencies, the 80-20 is something that they know very well. I almost think of this as like one of those cheesy 90s rom-coms where the girl hooks up with the friend that's been there the whole time. And that is, drumroll, strategic referrals. Strategic is a word that gets overused, but by that I mean not the passive, do you know anyone kind of referrals, or the, hey, my client's happy every so often and I'll check in with them about who they can introduce me to. I mean the sort of consistent, systematic process that you can run every single week that allows you to go to your network and identify specific people you want to meet and go to people and say, hey, I saw you might be connected with this specific person. Would you be able to make an intro for me? So for all of these reasons, this is why I'm relaunching my book, Relationship Sales at Scale, that covers exactly how to do this, as well as how to implement mini outreach campaigns directly to prospects that leverage trust based on commonalities and many other approaches. If you pick up the book, there's a few things you're going to learn. First, you're going to learn how to balance personalization and scale to keep your pipeline full. You're going to learn about a method that I used to basically condense 5 years of meandering networking into a single week-long campaign. You're going to learn techniques to batch up referrals into specific ideal accounts. You're going to get examples of the copy we used to de-risk conversations with skeptical decision makers. And you're going to get frameworks to divide up prospecting and sales duties for a situation where you might have one person wearing multiple hats. So again, to recap, here's the reality. In 2025, with AI transforming everything, most agencies are fighting an uphill battle with traditional outbound. Meanwhile, the agencies that are thriving have systematized their approach to strategic relationships, turning random referrals into a predictable revenue engine. This isn't about abandoning outbound completely, but recognizing where your highest leverage activities live. So you can check out Relationship Sales at Scale below and pick up a copy, and you'll have the opportunity to take advantage of a limited time bonus that includes a recorded workshop on how to put the lessons into action using our specific frameworks, as well as the audiobook read by me. So click the link in the description to check out the digital copy and pick it up. Thanks so much.